Alright, what is good, party people and future Hollywood stars? It is I, Glamrock Coffee, and I'm here with Glamrock Foxy tonight. We are
Hello.
making a we are making a comeback. It took us a little while because, of course, our voice actors have been, busy as all can be, which is not a big surprise there. But yeah,
Yep.
we have a few. Yeah, just been very busy with their college stuff, dealing with other things as well. But yeah, we're back at it again. We're making a comeback. So let's
That's right.
roll. So Funtime Foxy could not make it because he's really stingy apparently. I don't know what's gotten into FNAF's Greatest Showman, but it makes no sense that he's not wanting to join. I wish I knew the reason why, but whatever. Anyway. Um so Foxy, there was one thing I did do as of lately where I made a plethora of different decision wheels and stuff. And some of them were pretty interesting. I made like a team deciding wheel. I've built some off the teams. And so far, um, let me head to Google Doc real quick and I'll share Crafter's screen real quick. So this is going to be the most interesting thing ever. I'm going to put the audio up on there too. There is a document I made called The Houses to Build in Newcraft City. And let me put these in bold. And of course, kind of change the font size a little taller. Then I got to do that. All right, so these are the folks that have been selected for the houses to be built in Newcraft City. And then I did a random number generator for this, and Glamrock Telly got selected first. So that little tiny comedian's got set up for her house to be built first. Which I was thinking here, if we did like a kind of a setup where it was set up to, I guess you could say, having an involvement of doing like a vaporwave kind of look for the whole city, wouldn't that be cool?
Mm-hmm.
But the hard part is having to use stained glass and sea lanterns throughout the whole thing, and building it in survival mode would be impossible. So there's not much sea lanterns.
Yep.
And these were the ones, these are the Let's Plays that I spun. And as of right now, I'm just designing these Let's Plays. I kind of feel like for a fact that you, the original Foxy, and the other like pirate-like folk for this series would probably favor the one that was selected through the random number generator, which is the Temple Run to Spirit's Cove. Because it's basically like a pirate-themed Temple Run level, in a sense.
Yeah, I haven't played Temple Run 2 in a while, but
yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah, and from what I've noticed, Crafter's highest score, hear me out, Foxy, is over 101 million points.
Wow.
Just from having to complete a global challenge in just one run. The top score had to be like 100 million points. He had to get it in one run or something. Maybe it was just throughout the whole setup. He just had to do it in one run. Messed up nearing the end of it, but he wasted the effort to just do it in one run and used a cheat to continue and just kept on doing it. How he would have done that would have blown everyone's mind. He decided not to show it though because he didn't want to end up boring the audience to death, which is not a big surprise there. And yeah. Now there's one thing I do need to show. Crafter did make this the other day. Blow my mind, of course. It was the Five Nights in Jeopardy ending music. This was the best part. Like, I'll get to it immediately. Now, the audio is shared, but still. The 103. Oh, it probably would have helped if I had the audio on. Like, That's what I'm going to end up doing at the end of every episode of Five Nights in Jeopardy, no matter what.
Ooh.
Pulling off that roar at the end. And then I think he bored the entirety of whoever listened to this by listing all the twists, which the first one is already inaccurate because he wrote in 4 rounds before final. That's now inaccurate.
Ooh.
Because I was doing the math. Yeah, quadrupling and tripling 500 to 2,500. The winner would have to get an additional $120,000. Second would get an additional $100,000, and then third place would have to get an additional $80,000. We don't want to do that. So what I did was I should have wrote this down for him to actually edit that, which is 125, and then have those dollar amounts go down in multiples, which I did the math earlier for the first round, and then 250 to, I think, the 250 for double, and then 375 for triple, and then the 500 to 2,500 for quadruple Jeopardy, which is the new thing. I even remembered hearing that one episode of Celebrity Jeopardy where Ken Jennings said something about that. Yeah, we just planned the one up on him and the rest of the Alex Trebek stage. Hands down. We got ahead of him on that one. And the rest up there too. So we're slick tricks here at the MGM Plaza. As you can clearly tell for those who are watching right now. I think the best part is every time I say this at the start of every episode before the Jeopardy round, I'm like Johnny Knoxville on that like live performance of Jackass, where I'm saying, "Let us begin the Jeopardy night shift." Yeah. And of course, the best part of it is we don't have to stick to the Alex Trebek stage in our plaza. We can go to different VR chat worlds, Minecraft stuff. We can do whatever, as long as it's got the Jeopardy stuff set up. Like, maybe even Nuop would allow us to host Five Nights in Jeopardy in his nightclub or something. I don't know. I'll have to talk to him about that, because I have no freaking clue. Oh, crap. Looks like Glamrock Zella and Glamrock KitKat are getting into a fight. Not good. They don't need to be picking a fight between each other in the background. Can't have that. But I'm not muting my mic. There was one other thing I was going to mention, though. Yeah, I decided for a daily double in each category every round. So there's really a lot of strategic stuff. And even, funniest bit, if one of the guards are wrong on any clue at that point in the game, now let me go to the list, because there is a plethora, I mean a plethora of us that are Glamrock Lions in the plaza. So let me head to the MGM character roster. And let me see here. Yeah. Any of the 281 lions of the entire plaza. Well, actually make that 272. No, wait. 282 actually, because of someone named Glamrock Darwin, would be roaring in the guard's ear with disappointment, like, really? You could have gotten that right and you messed it up?
Mm-hmm.
And then for the daily double, as I finally figured out a way to say it, the guards will have to say it with me when I say this. So if you want to make it a true daily double, all you have to say is full performance. And that'll notify me that they want to make it a true daily double, no matter what they have. Yeah. So when they say that, the audience can be like, "Oh shit, they're going to make a true daily double. They're daring. They're like James Holzhauer."
Oh boy.
Yeah. That's basically what their reaction's going to be. But some may be like, "Oh yeah, let's go." There's going to be some people that will watch that show and be like, Oh, that's the way to do it. That is the way to do it.
Yep.
Now, there was one thing that really blew my mind, though. When I did a lot of Jeopardy-esque stuff while I was looking around on YouTube, there's been a moment where there was a clue back in like 2013 or something on Jeopardy that had to do with the theme music being like a waltz. I've been trying to find it for so long. Like it when you click the link for it on the J archive, it's not there.
Ah,
Like
man.
yeah, I've been wanting to listen to it for so long, and I can't even find the clue for it. It's like no longer.
It's like no what?
It's like whoever had the original video for it just straight up removed it. Yeah. Oh, I need to mute my mic. Espresso's saying something. All right, we're good. Foxy.
Right.
There we go. Yeah. It was like a brief moment.
That's
There
good.
was one. All right. One thing that I should have mentioned this to everyone else out there who's watching this stream. Let's just say Crafter came up with a dumb idea. I'll head to his Pastel Prime channel to show the proof. He did something that kind of concerned me, but is also kind of hilarious. So it's this video right here. This is like if I hate saying this, but this is basically if I was a woman talking in the sense of my design. Sometimes they call her Chloe, sometimes they call her Glamrock Coffee, sometimes they call her FNIJ Glamrock Coffee. Reasons I don't know. That's basically all her aliases. And this video is basically her trying to be intimidating. Didn't really work. Basically imitated me from the MGM logo. Trying to pull. Someone had requested Crafter to do some shaking effects. He spammed it on the one video where I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a category on Celebrity Jeopardy!" Like I was overhyping it.
Yeah.
And he basically spammed the request and tried to get his attention twice. So here's what he said. Even though you spammed the request for me to do that and asked nicely, I won't do it. And he said, okay.
Yeah, that's just how it goes, right? You spam the spam requests, you don't get yours.
Right. And one thing Crafter wrote about Glamrock Coffee, and I am freaking dying at this. She not only leaves her night guard in charge while she's at Crafter's studio, and said that the guard she has looking after her club is super trustworthy. Crafter wrote that this was the funniest attempt of her film opening like jump scare. It didn't work out for her.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And I kind of see where he's going at with the design of her not having the, large chest. He just didn't want to waste the effort. And I can't honestly blame him because he'd be in trouble badly with some of his friends and family knowing him very well. But he did have plans to make a version of her in like the same setup that Uop's persona has, which we have not seen. Well, technically you haven't seen, Foxy. You haven't seen that yet. I don't think you have anyway. So let me pull up his channel while we're on that topic. And he is a team leader, though. He is a team leader, though, in Newcraft City. Let me see. Let me just head to the video where he basically saved Crafter $20 to not have to pay for another HDMI splitter when he originally planned to do that pop culture Jeopardy thing where he even set it up for where we would try to do it like as if we were them. Like, yeah, you had said something like your voice actor said something sarcastic about it in our in the pop culture Jeopardy team chat.
Ooh.
Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone, though, because I'm not going to show that. Where is it? I know it's under the team name of Team Jeopardy Royale, which that was a pretty kick-ass name, if I say so myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your voice actor said, definitely.
Ah.
Yeah, you were not really. Yeah, you weren't really on board with that originally, Foxy. And it was that drawing that I referenced, where it was basically Funtime Foxy being like Johnny Gilbert, of course, Glamrock Wild mainly own, you and I, and then Uwap coaching us pop culture Jeopardy style. And we had to do the first opening in that picture. Now, I did change Wild mainly own's stat, which was years of gameplay experience originally. Then I swapped it over to, hear me out on this, he completed almost all the battle passes. As of right now, he's up to all but 2. Hence why Funtime Fox has to say, or have completed almost all battle passes like Glamrock Wild Main Leone. I did change up the last bit where it's like, and all 3 will prove why they are. Actually, he's going to say, and all 3 will help prove why all 5 of us are Team Jeopardy Royale. Isn't referencing his ultimate custom night voice anyway. So let me go ahead and pull up Uop's channel since you haven't seen his persona yet. Now, I know that it looks like a freaking bear-style woman. Bear with me on that.
That's okay.
Sorry for the pun, Uop. It had to happen because of the fact of your persona. We didn't mean to let it happen. Just Foxy didn't know about it. So, apologizing in advance if you're watching this at any point in time. Now, there was a live stream that happened yesterday, and it was this one right here. I heard Crafter got over jealous for some stupid reasoning that I still am questioning. Because Uwap actually had a VR chat world that he had joined in from someone else, where it was like if the Pizzaplex was owned by the same group of characters that are kind of like Uwap's persona, kinda. And I think he was just about to cuss up a storm from 12 a.m. to 6, like how I might have once or twice in the plaza, and you might not have ever heard me.
Right.
I'm just going to say he was angered. He could not believe that he couldn't get to see it up in person himself. Like, I would have wanted to as well, but I didn't take my jealousy up to the point of wanting to drop so many swears like I'm on the Titanic for 6 hours straight, like Francesca once said. Dumbest thing she's ever said, but whatever. We all say dumb things every now and then.
Yeah, be real.
Yeah. Also, I'm also gonna head to Crafter's YouTube studio real quick, so I'm gonna stop the screen share so I can edit the stream a little bit. So I have a feeling that there are some things that are not actually being visible to the fans. Like, let me head to the content and head to the live streams. Because I feel like there's some settings we did not fix before we started. Yep, that was one of them. I need to make a thumbnail for this. But I guess for the time being, I guess we'll just use the new Craft City logo that Crafter had made in PowerPoint. They'll probably see it when they get that done there. I gotta see if I have a playlist. Let's see. I don't remember what I titled it. Boy, I might remember what it was titled. Yeah. I guess for now, I don't have a Wait, I can make a new playlist. I forgot about that. I'll just title it MGM Planning Ahead. That makes the most sense. Oh, all episodes. I cannot type with the crap today. Now, one thing I will say though, Foxy, is that you don't have to be the only one that can fill in for Funtime Foxy. Anybody else in the plaza can do it.
Awesome.
Yeah, and even any other characters that are voice actors, voice can do it as well.
Right.
Yeah, and basically I'm just going to title the description saying where Glamrock Coffee and his plaza crew can discuss anything for planning ahead with stuff they're featured in. Alright, create the playlist now. And that'll be the one that it's in. And now, I guess I can go ahead and hit save on it.
All right.
I'm gonna get to that StreamYard link there because I don't think that needs to be there. I don't know why that showed up in the description.
Right. Your screen's black, by the way.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I had it set to a different thing. There we go. Oh, wait. That's better. I forgot that I have that usually when I'm sharing the screen. I don't want to have our pictures, over on the side here. It's weird how Crafter and I have that thing in common. But I guess I'll do it differently from him. Crap. Maxwell's ratting me out for not putting a trash bag in the trash can in the kitchen. So I know a certain staff bot that's going to try to throw me under the bus for that. Let's see. There's something else that we should have discussed, though, and that was something having to do with, I guess it has to do with Newcraft City. And I guess that could be, what kind of house would you want to have, Foxy? What kind of house would you want to see built for you? There's so many pirate-like things that would fit you perfectly, and we just don't know what you would want.
I would say maybe a classic, medium or large sized house.
Okay. Sounds pretty good. Now, for me personally, I am...
Maybe made out of warped blocks.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I have seen those blocks before, and they look amazing. Like, I don't know how Mojang did that, but they knew what was up. And then, this will probably crack a lot of people up, but I've already determined that my house is going to be basically, I guess it could be like half the Alex Trebek stage, kind of, where I have some things involved with the board, but at one point, there can be a moment where someone could go right up to the side of the board, or even near Ken Jennings' lectern, or even, I could even call it my lectern, no doubt.
Yeah.
And Ken Jennings could be nearby of it, and I'll have a little sign next to him saying, "Take a selfie with Ken Jennings, the armor stand." Yeah. Oh, and the competition stuff has been changed by a landslide. So let me go ahead and pull up a Google Doc and showcase what they are. I'll have to type them in, though, because that's not a big shocker there. Screen, window, well, actually entire screen. Audio as well. Like that. All right. So let me make a new document. So, folks that are watching, for those who want to know what the competition stuff is for New Craft City and even MGM City, which everyone just known for Metro Glamrock Mayor Studios Plaza is involved in, these are the things we are competing for. Let me just go ahead and write down this title. So let me go ahead and set up a number thing here. All right. First thing is the Hollywood beam, which starting off with an iron block 3x3 area with the middle block, of course, filled up. And the first Let's Play you win, not only do you win for your team, but you also win for yourself. And the Hollywood beam that's for the team effort actually gets put in the middle of that side of Newcraft City.
Right.
No matter what team you're on. And everyone starts off with an iron block kind of setup, and every team does the same thing. And then when you get the beacon, it'll already light up, and that's your first Hollywood beam. The next thing is, as I'm going to call it, the Alex Trebek shoes of MGM, well, not MGM, New City. And what these are is basically Crafter's Jeopardy socks. Basically blue and gold. But he's going to figure out a way to get that kind of like yellow at the heel or something like that. All I know is that it's got to be blue and then a little bit of yellow here and there to like reference the dollar amounts. And the next thing is the Wheel of Fortune boot. And it's referencing his Wheel of Fortune socks. Not surprising there. But I have no idea how he's going to get 4 different colors onto a pair of leather boots. I just don't know. The next things are This Is Jeopardy shirt. He basically put a lot of some of his favorite clothing up for competition. Of course, the Crafter t-shirt, which, by the way, a couple of weeks ago, Maxwell and I got into a huge argument, and let's just say Crafter got the Crafter t-shirt covered in caramel macchiato flavored coffee creamer. Got it so sticky, and then it started, like, I guess you'd say reeking of that smell, but also kind of a moldy smell after a while. So we finally got it washed just a couple days ago. It took a lot to get it done, but we got it. And then, for some reason, my Art for Art's Sake pajama shirt is on the competition line. I don't know why Crafter set that up, but I'm going to feel ridiculous having to have it cloned so I can wear it every time it's midnight to 6 a.m. Because I'm not one to roam around at night. I just don't do that. I'm not like Freddy. I can't do it. And then there's like another thing. Crafter has a Jeopardy college style shirt. And if I could show it on the screens of the camera, I would, but I have that disabled and I can't. And he apparently wants his pastel blue sweater to be another competitional item. Like, why are you I was like asking him, why do you want your Jeopardy socks, Wheel of Fortune socks, and your 3 most favored shirts and a sweater, and my pajama shirt to be all in a competition with the Hollywood beam being all combined together for Newcraft City? That makes no sense. But he has it set up to where a certain amount of Let's Plays you win, you can get one of the other 7 items of your choice. I'm not sure where he was going with that. And then for this Word document, this is only the ones that, it's not that we're choosing to have them as the first Let's Play or anything. I just got to choose to have chosen of the random number generator to basically design them in a super flat world first. And then, of course, with the not MGM. I keep saying MGM City, but I know that's not it. Newcraft City, like design worlds. I gotta have those set up. Oh, sorry about that. And then after we determine, meaning Crafter and you, Uop, and Bryce,
right?
Plus one time Foxy's voice actor Charles finally determines who has 5 wins under their belt for the setup of this so-called first part of the Jeopardy PowerPoint Edition live thing to determine who wants to select what Let's Play first. we have no idea what Let's Play we're gonna have to build in New Craft City on the normal world look. Now I did have kind of a prank set up though, Foxy. I just haven't done it yet. But I was thinking, have a reference to Plan G, but it can only be set off in one part of the city. But it's connected through every part of the city, no matter where you're at. Meaning it's not underneath every block, though. It's just underneath like a specific few houses in the city. Like one every other house that connects up to where the button is, which it's actually going to be on the ground. And someone could be like, what is this? This is a button in my yard? What's going on here? And they press it, and I walk over and like, did you just push that button? And then they'll be like, okay. And I'll be like, oh no. In my head, I'll be like, oh no, they set off Plan MG. But I'll be thinking that, but I am going to laugh the whole time the TNT goes off, hands down. But it's not going to. But one thing I will say, though, it's not going to be 3 layers of dynamite. It's just going to be 1. Because we don't need that much of an explosion. Besides, everybody's going to have to be in creative mode when this happens. I'll have to sit. It'll probably be like probably following a code 32, which a code 32 is basically saying, get to creative mode now. Something bad has just happened in the city. Now, I need to figure out how I'm going to get a backup for New Craft City if that were to ever happen. Because I'm building it, of course, on Bedrock.
Right.
Because they did away with that for video game versions and the Windows version. Like, you should be able to back up your world at a certain point before anything bad happens. And yet they don't have it like that, and I am very disappointed in Mojang for that. They never had that set up for Java Edition. And I don't know why they didn't do that. And I don't think anybody else would either. And one thing I have noticed that Crafter had done, with my help, kinda, he has a teal notebook on his nightstand, and it's basically where he writes down the goals and the objectives for the New Craft City Let's Plays. Which, by the way, there are achievements for every Let's Play. I have a document. Apparently, Crafter has a document for it. And there's general achievements, which everyone gets this achievement already when they join in on their episode, which is Crafted for Competition, which is attend your first Let's Play New Craft City. Everyone that joins in every episode is going to get that. The New Crafted Victory is when you win. New Crafted Team Effort, which is where you win for your team. And then the 50-50 have the most advantage over everyone in the 50th episode. Now the 5-win streak, you have to get to the orange-yellow, like the most orangish-yellowish color win advantage for New Craft City's 50th episode. Best advantage, going off by Glamrock, Leo, and CGI, this is where you give your team the most advantage for the 50th Let's Play. I like the Glamrock goose egg thing, where you end on a score of 0. And then, of course, Gambling Wizard, this one's hilarious, and on a score of 100 in almost every New Craft City Let's Play that has low scoring. Now, I don't know how long it would take for someone, or even the team effort version. I'm going to have to copy and paste this because there's a team effort version of this where it's you get to the last Hollywood beam on the diamond level, and if you get your team to that too, that would be honestly be impressive. Which for your team, from what I've seen on the notes list that Crafter has on that app, you're the leader of that team. Because yours is called All Rock Music and Dance on Deck. and you lead over basically Crafter's series inspired by Glamrock Jackie. For Glamrock Mangle, she's called Mackenzie there. And then his version of Glamrock Foxy called Fiona, the original Foxy, and then Bryce's AU of Foxy. And you apparently have Glamrock Spring Bonnie, Glamrock Toy Bonnie, Glamrock Makunga, Alex and Zuba, Tacta Squatch, Iron and Winterbean, and then Caribou. All of those are from Glamrock MGM2, but they're all on your team. And of course, you won't believe what I have seen for my team name that I lead. They call it Team Caffeinated Metro Original Glamrock Mayor. I'm not sure where Crafter was going with that. But for my team, it's, of course, me, and then Francesca, of course, Slats and his wife, Susie Snack Time, Glamrock Bill and his wife, Glamrock Ballora. And then there's Jackie and his voice actor's version of the puppet. And then, of course, Telly Tanner, George Leo, Zoom Out, and CGI. That's on my team. And there's already, as of right now, as I'm seeing on this list, 10 teams, which Crafter's going to have a hell of a time having to deal with. Let me see here. Being in Team 9, for me with Team 1, possibly, well, I know for a fact, number 4, and of course, Team 3, and of course, Team 2 as well. Because he's got to voice me, himself from that one thing. He's inspired by Jackie's voice actor. He's got to voice my golden twin bro, which this is a completely different character, not talking about caffeine, but someone who fought me in righteous anger over Francesca because of some confusion. And then, of course, his wife, Francisca Freybear. That's a completely different character, or completely different golden bear. And then, of course, going by the setup, my little sister, Glamrock Brown Sugar. Well, she's voiced by someone else anyway. I got a voice, and I don't even have to voice Francisca anyway. Let me see here. I think Crafter has to voice Glamrock Fang Leone. I know he's going to try to pull off a voice style similar to this YouTube channel that Crafter is subscribed to. They've gone haywire with their content style. Went from PG to almost R. Like PG-13 to almost R at this point. It's called Hesbin Hotel VR Chat. Like the voice actor they have for Husk, Crafter's going to try and reference that voice for Glamrock Coco, who you might know for being MGM's wrestling champion, like heavyweight. He straight up killed Blacktooth the crocodile with the help of I think the name of him was Glam Fun Steve Irwin when he was still around. And then, of course, he has to voice Glamrock Aslan, which that's already going to be a pain as is. Let's see here. He's got to voice Glamrock Folgers. He unfortunately has to voice Glamrock Maxwell, aka my dad. He's got a few to basically voice, as you can clearly tell. Now, here's the thing. The Glamrock mini arenas, they've been put together for a team. Makes sense already because there's 14 of them. And their team name is Glamorous Dancers. Of course, the brewing sisters that help me out on a daily basis, they're on a team together, 14 of them.
Yeah.
There's probably more than one group of the worldwide Glamrock repaints of me. I know International's on the first team of them. And he's like the global Boomhauer, as some people have said about him. Crazy enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild indeed.
Yeah. Now, Foxy, there's one thing I do need to ask you, buddy. And that is, do you have any ideas for what could possibly happen for, let's say, any of the MGM shows or anything that you feel like would be a great idea for New Craft City or even the MGM shows?
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure off the top of my head, but I'm sure stuff will definitely pop up as time goes on.
Yeah, and you can be in another discussion episode at some point to give me the ideas, and we can talk about those on the stream. But still, I kind of feel like, though, let me check the cast for the series. Yeah, we have with other. I myself, Glamrock Maxwell, my dad is saying that. Francesca, my mom, Glamrock Espresso, Jackie's version of the puppet, of course. Moowop, of course, you. Apparently, Glamrock Diamond, Glamrock Leo, and Glamrock Mangle, Jackie himself, Crafter's friend Giovanni, Funtime Foxy, and let me see here, 1, 2, 3, 5 others. We're in a show together called MGM's Top 20. I'm not sure why we're called the Top 20, but anyway. One thing I was thinking, though, is that we could actually showcase the scripts for that. And there is another MGM show that Crafter had listed in the cast lists, and it's called the Christian Glam Rockers, as I'm seeing it. And they have a song that's basically inspired by the Addams Family. Not sure where he was going with that. So, and he had originally set it up for this show that we're in, MGM's Top 20. It had originally been known to, we would have had like a Sailor Moon style opening. But the hardest part about that was having to fuse names together because there's 20 of us. Yeah. So I have no idea how the frick you do that. As a matter of fact, what is going on over there, Foxy?
Sorry about that. My girlfriend is calling me.
Okay, you go ahead and mute and you talk to her then.
Okay. Thanks.
Right. You're welcome. While we wait for him to return, I'll go ahead and say, so the discussions will return after these messages. In the meantime, we'll play some music. While I mute myself. Guess not. At least not yet. Foxy, I don't know if you're done with that phone call, but I'm kind of getting eager to get back into the episode. Foxy, are you gonna unmute now, or... I don't know if I can actually do that. Okay.
I don't know what we're doing, but welcome to Football Simulator. It's a game on Steam that I've seen, and Anthony and I both being fans of football and fans of games with not so great physics. It seemed right up our alley. From what I've seen, you try to play football, but the game just works against you in the weirdest, wackiest ways. I don't know if they were serious with this game or not. I don't know, so I guess we're just gonna try it. I don't know if we can play 2 players or not. I think maybe we need 2 controllers. So maybe,
even if we just go back and forth calling plays or something.
All right, we will be the home team. We can be the Atlanta Desperados, the Baltimore Rooks, the Carolina Hogs. We might have to be the Hogs. Yeah, we can play against the Arizona Roadrunners, the ones I mentioned before. The Chicago Beavers.
Oh, it's a beaver.
The Denver Bighorns. Detroit Griffins. Green Bay. The Green Bay Curds. That's pretty good.
That's hilarious.
Houston Stallions. Indianapolis Engines. The Jacksonville Jackals. Kansas City
That's
Warlocks.
dope. That looks like an arena football team.
Las Vegas Pirates. The Los Angeles Pandas.
No way.
The Pandas, bro. What are you talking about?
Hell yeah.
The Miami Kites.
That's a bird, you dummies.
Minnesota Shields. The New England Pilgrims, New Orleans Angels. Look at the tits on that angel. The New York Imperials, the Philadelphia Phoenixes, San Diego Surfers. There's a lot of teams. San Francisco Miners.
The Miners?
Yeah, that's San Francisco Miners.
Oh.
With an E, yeah. All right, I mean, it has to be the Los Angeles Pandas.
Of course.
It's going to be the Carolina Hogs versus the Los Angeles Pandas.
It almost looks like my logo.
Jersey selection.
Oh.
Oh, bamboo. We got the bamboo colors.
Oh, that's a nice touch.
All right, let's play. Let's begin. Madden has kind of had a monopoly on football games because they have the NFL license. It's like one of the only legal monopolies in the world. This game, though, I think is going to give them a run for their money.
Yeah, definitely not the new NCAA game coming out. It's this one.
All right, come on, Matthew. Bro's last name is just Matthew. Spin move. Oh! Oh! He's still up. He's good.
Dude, what is happening? This is already going to be amazing.
What is advanced replay?
Oh,
I'm just curious.
It's like theater mode in COD. I'm already low. Even just the people standing up looks hilarious.
All right, let's try a double screen pass. There's no way to. Okay, that's what I wanted. I want to be able to see my play beforehand. All right. Probably going to have to hit A here on that screen out to the left. Maybe Y over the middle. Let's see. Ooh, Y over the middle is looking kind of good. Okay, we're going to run another passing play. LB getting double covered over there. There's a lot of double coverage going on. A is probably going to be open over the middle. Or B. We're going to run. I just dropped the ball!
That's the cost of being... Oh, shit.
Look, he just drops the ball. Wait, let me see.
It doesn't show it in the replay.
Let me see. Yeah, let me... Hold on.
Where's this dude looking?
Great tackle.
How do you prepare for that? That was 5 yards he flew.
Well,
does it switch to me controlling, or does it switch? It switches to you playing defense.
Here. Yeah, no, go for it. Well, I don't think it's ever going to switch. I don't know where you are. Oh, there you are.
He rolls left. Fires on the run. Completes it.
Oh God, I'm a terrible defender. I just gave him a touchdown immediately.
Tackled so hard here. I didn't do any better on offense. Look at his center's legs are shaking. Oh, he's got a hole.
Them legs are moving.
Oh!
His spine has shattered.
That guy's neck is snapped.
Oh my God!
And then I don't know how to throw it. It seems like you have to hit it a couple times.
As you can tell, I don't know how to.
Jeez. I think we got it.
I think. What the? As you can tell, I'm an amazing.
Yeah, what's the helmet flying? Did you see that? What's this guy?
It's like watching popcorn pop. I managed to get 2 receivers killed on the same play. None of these guys have ever heard of a chin strap. Look at this guy. I'm tackled, brother. I'm not throwing you the ball. The play is over. What are you doing?
Oh,
we're going for it.
Obviously.
Dude, we're going deep.
Why? Oh!
Holy shit!
It's intercepted! It was intercepted! All right, let me try.
That was the greatest 4th down play I have ever seen.
All right, let's get into the camera here. All right, here it comes. I mean, bro, he's got it.
His defender wasn't even looking.
Like, bro.
Was it a fumble? Oh, I can see why he fumbled it. Oh my God, bro.
Like, bro, he's got the ball all the way, bro. Who has the ball here? Where does it just gets sucked into one of their butt cheeks?
Someone. What?
And then just pure chaos
Dude,
ensues.
This is the best part.
This guy kicking his leg. Everything seems fine, then all of a sudden.
Where's the guy that flies out? What even happens to him?
No, he's standing here just fine. End of the first quarter.
That was some bullshit.
We've got 2 turnovers. He looks.
Just assaulted that man. Playing this, not know any of the controls is actually hilarious.
Why will you?
What the? Dude, what is up with this game? What is the ref doing?
Where did he go? Right, I'm blocking this. Did you see that? Did you see my guy?
What just happened?
Watch my guy. This guy just.
Dude, that lineman didn't stand a chance.
I just sharded.
Is that what that was?
This guy's just like, F you.
I love how the refs are actually letting him play football. Not a single flag this game.
All right, let's see. I did not see that.
You're about to.
Let's watch the regular replay.
We'll see where they spot.
Body slam
Look at
my
the-
leg.
Straight ass kick.
Long boy.
Got it. Get over. Squeak over.
We'll take it. We'll
Let's
take
go, MVP kicker.
What am I?
He looks.
Power stance.
He looks. He fires it on the run. The pass appeared to be on target.
That would have been real bad.
My life flashed before my eyes. How is he that wide open?
He backs up. He's back to throw. Fires on the run.
Holy shit! The game is getting laggier as we go. It is not.
We have destroyed the physics.
It is not handling this physics that we have going on.
Are they gonna go for it? Or are they gonna kick it? Oh, they're kicking it.
Get back there. Can we block it?
It's taken. It's out of bounds. So a pretty decent punt.
What is happening, bro?
It's at the 10-yard line? Theirs or ours? It's at their 10-yard line.
Dude.
Wait, you're kicking. You're kicking. Why does it say you're kicking? We broke the game.
He takes the snap.
He takes the snap. Touchdown.
We did it. Here, I'll go for 2.
Oh my god. Why is it showing a kick thing every time?
Ball is snapped. He steps up. That could be the play of the game.
I think you're right, actually.
I think it was our punt return to their negative 10-yard line into instant touchdown.
This is what happens when we play as the All-Stars. We
We
literally
deserve this after we got so hard the first game.
the game cheats for us now.
Gets it away.
Okay, can you stay upright, Puckett?
High and over ends.
Okay. Just off of his ass.
From the one.
From the 1, first and goal.
Ball is snapped. Steps up. Touchdown.
Dude, we gotta get the game over with.
This is ridiculous.
We're back.
I had to entertain the audience with Football Simulator featuring
Yeah,
Wildcat. Oh,
yeah,
I also
I'm
need to see the
sorry.
banner. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't want to seem like a bad boyfriend to her.
Definitely not. I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I don't
so like
blame
I
you
just
at all.
want to be able to. So like basically, I'm barely the one who hangs up.
Oh yeah, I was the one who was one to hang up whenever my ex called.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry about that.
yeah, but it was because of the fact that I had things I had to do.
Yeah.
and it was
Well,
never
unless they have,
okay.
unless they have something to do, or we're like even when like we just sit there in silence for a little bit. I never want
Yeah.
to be the one to hang up. I
Yeah,
just want to
definitely.
stay until. Usually, I try to stay on there until either I have to do something or she has to go do something.
Yeah, fair enough. Also,
All right.
I did have to let everyone know that if there was anybody watching at that moment in time, that they got to actually watch that video that, as I said, as a Filthy Lion pun about it, as he was laughing his pride off at a video called Football Simulator.
Right.
And that's where the Filthy Lion pun comes in, talking about his rear. So that's why I said it the way I said it. Anyway, yeah, I had to explain what it was because there was a moment where Clockrock Gears, I don't know if you know him, he's also part of the Plaza in some way or another. He once got mad about a brain fart that he had when it talked about a trigger counter or something, and it ended just being, or no, wait, it was actually something about being angered, and it was like a salt trigger rendition, but it ended up being just triggered. And he got mad about it, and then he said basically something I will not repeat because we knew what the filthy clock pun was when he said you can suck mine, and then he said the clock pun version of it. I was like, there is no way I'm going to repeat it. So,
Right.
and his friend Will was like, it was like I'm on a weird show here and that. What does that mean? But I knew what was up. He was making a filthy clock pun about something we don't want to know. Anyway,
Right.
We're back at it again, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that long pause while you all had to watch Football Simulator, which I hope you all enjoyed if anybody's watching. It says there's somebody that is watching right now. And hello to you, whoever's watching right now. There was another kind of planned thing that we needed to do, and I had that script started, but I guess I could go ahead and I don't know if Crafter shared anything with you, with your voice actor, Foxy, via Google Docs or anything. That's the one thing I don't remember.
Right.
So, when I do this, and I'm going to stop sharing the screen, so that way we don't know what's going on. So I'm going to title Doc S1E1. Oh, throat went dry for a little bit. Let's see. Huh. Apparently Crafter does not have your email. So I guess we won't do that on stream because we don't want accounts hacked or anything.
Right.
Or at least attempted to be hacked.
Right. I will send that to you privately.
You definitely. Please do.
Discord or this private chat?
I think Discord would be the better way to do it.
Okay.
And we'll do that, and we'll do the script thing later.
Got it.
And there was even at one point as well, where I also had this idea that Crafter had even, I think I overheard him in a security office once about it, where we could also do Five Nights in Jeopardy in one of the Roblox versions of the Alex Trebek stage. But I would just have to figure out which version we'd use. Like, would we have to use one of the ones that's already made, or do we have to make our own? Like, that's one thing I got to figure out.
Right.
And I don't think Crafter or anybody else from MGM has told anybody watching this about this. So for those of you who don't know, I am now in a setup to where I'm a contestant on what is called Mikey Does Jeopardy, but sometimes it's called JAPPA, spelled JAPPA with an exclamation point. It's basically Roblox Jeopardy, but under the title of Mikey Does Jeopardy. I have no idea when I'm going to be a contestant on there, and I'm kind of nervous about it because usually I'm one to host a Jeopardy kind of thing. I'm not one to be a contestant, and doing this is kind of nerve-wracking. And yes, I am somewhat good at Jeopardy, somewhat, but that's just because I host it. I never have done the buzzer part, but I know for a fact Crafter has, but I don't think he's ever done the Roblox version of buzzing in on Jeopardy, and I know that for a fact.
Oh.
Yeah, because he has, but it's through that one weird version that it's not really completely Jeopardy. You only get one round and then final. And it's the same categories every time. Just different clues every time. And they're always multiple choice. And you don't even get to type in your answer in the form of question. Like, they have the clues set up in the form of questions. You have to guess the answers. So they have it already incorrect for the format.
Right.
And as soon as the question, like, they don't even give the question fully typed in, and you can buzz in at any time, like how Jeopardy first started off. Like, Roblox, you are so on the low IQ for that. Even though we should not be saying stuff like that, but still, it aggravates me. Like, you should be doing it the same way Jeopardy has been doing it since season 2, I think. Is when they first started after the clue was officially read. I think. I could be wrong about that.
Right.
Yeah. You know what, as a matter of fact, while we're thinking about it, I'm going to head to the J Archive and see.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Yeah, season
Oh, you do
2. All right, season 2. 1985. First episode were set background changes from blue to red in Double Jeopardy. Champions were placed at the far right lectern. Oh, yeah, the new buzz-in thing on September 9th, 1985. So, yeah, that was season 2, so that's where it started.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I forgot that even happened then. Yeah, because in the first season, they were allowed to ring in at any point. But they changed.
That.
Yeah, and then season 2 rolled around, they changed it. As a matter of fact, Foxy, I actually watched a 60s college championship episode of Jeopardy when Art Fleming hosted.
60s?
Yes! This was when...
I did not...
Yeah. I did
not know that they did that they had the college championship in the 60s.
Yeah, and it was only like 5 games though. And I don't remember how it was kind of like the Achievement Hunter Tournament of Champions from what Crafter told me. Where the top 3 players it was from 1968, I think. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there was an episode on here, yeah. It was actually called the National College Scholarship Contest.
College Scholarship Contest? Ooh, that's different.
Yeah. And apparently the college students, after they finished up in final, they had that money that they got. And I think I don't remember what happened after final, but I know for a fact that all the money they won, I think, if I'm right about this, went to scholarships and whatnot. So let me see. Let me look at final real quick. Of course, this was. Let me see. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me skip all the way to final. Oh wait, I went past final. Dang nabbit. All right. Let me see here. I'm right on it. All right, here it is.
Let's see it.
Apparently, they had over 1,000 points. They gained that in scholarship money.
Ooh.
I don't know what they used for that fake music.
Me either.
And I think it is copyrighted, so I was looking through here.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, I think that it's called Gaudiamus or something. I don't know how you'd pronounce that, but it basically reminded me of Polish Jeopardy in the 90s.
Polish Jeopardy in the 90s?
Yeah, it sounded like it, but it was.
Ooh. Ah.
I think he won. Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah.
So apparently, they all got like hefty scholarships. One in particular got like $4,800 in scholarships because of the fact that he won and doubled his points. That just blows my mind. Also,
Wild.
apparently Jeopardy has slowly become a worldwide thing. You've been mind blown about that, Foxy.
Yeah.
Like, I already knew that it was happening. Like, they brought the UK version of it back at the start of last year. And I heard it wasn't doing good, from what I've noticed. Yeah. People were giving it a, thumbs down, which is sad.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. I guess it's because of Stephen Fry. I don't know what he must have said that caused it, but it must have been him who caused it. I wouldn't be able to tell you. And then, amazingly enough, I know what the opening of Jeopardy in Poland is pronounced as. It's like the only Polish thing I can say, which is Vabank.
Vabank?
Yeah.
My girlfriend would love that.
She's actually speaking Polish or learning Polish?
Her family does. I mean, they're a Polish family, but way more Polish than I am.
Oh, wow. Did not know that. But apparently when they brought it back in 2020, they started off with using a reference to the American season 36 intro for Jeopardy. They, I think, referenced it, and then I think in their new season, which I think was season 2, they went from, they went from the 36 straight up to the one before that we have, where it's, you see the globe on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that one is the one they reference currently. Which they just basically... With this one, they combined season 34 and, I guess, season 40... Right. Or no, wait, season 38 together.
Right. Hey, by the way, are you meaning to share your screen?
No, I wasn't sharing my screen.
I mean, did you mean to in any way?
What do you mean by that, Foxy? I'm trying to figure out what you mean.
I also, like, when you said that you were going over to the J archive, I thought you were going to maybe show us some things.
Oh, I fricked that up. Sorry. I was just doing that without sharing my screen. I messed that up. Yep. Now, apparently there was something that blew my mind when Crafter told me about this. It was like, if you're a college student, you can get it was a limited time offer from Hulu where you could pay just $2 for a subscription if you're in college.
Really?
Yeah, and stream your favorite shows. Which so far he's watched a little bit of an episode of Archer. Yeah, it's a little much for him to handle because of how much of the filthy jokes they have. and I feel like it'd be an instant regret for him to actually watch that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, I guess you could say, filthy moments in it that really shouldn't be there. And the only reason he watched it was because the voice actor for Bob Belcher was voicing Sterling Archer. That was the only reason he watched it. I'd say it's the dumbest reasoning ever.
Right.
Yeah. And I can tell the folks already that this episode went from just planning ahead to just random at this point. And it's no surprise that going to random is something that happens on Crafter's channel.
Right.
Which no one will ever be surprised at this ever.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
by the way, I'm sorry for going off topic here, but yeah, to the folks watching, when we were talking about Polish a little bit ago, my last name is Markowski, and in Polish it would probably be says Markowski.
Hey, that's something we learn new every day. Yeah, there it is. I finally found the web. New.
Sorry if I threw you off in any way.
Yeah, that's all good. We wanted to learn that. Yeah. Found a online Cards Against Humanity thing. It's called Cards Against Humanity Lab, and they call it labs.cardsagainsthumanity.com/play-
Right.
under the terms for playing as a guest. There's apparently versions that there's 3 versions you can play, and that's regular, which is ages 17 and up, ages 8 and up, and then the Spanish version. To join us right now.
Right.
I know exactly what he would want, which I'd have to figure out a way to do a mix of both because neither of us can speak that much Spanish, can we, Foxy?
Nope.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I may try to invite you up to a little bit of a Cards Against Humanity thing. I'll see if he's busy. So I'll go ahead and, I guess, hit the invite link and hit the copy. Oh, wait, no. And I still can't do it. Dang nabbit. Alright. I was hoping I could allow him to stream this on his channel. Nope. So... Right. There we go. The link has been sent. Oh, and before Uwap joins, Crafter has the dumb joke with Uwap where he sometimes calls Uwap boss for some reason, and it's straight up because of the fact that he's designed himself as a freaking security guard in the same game that he designed my style, designed me in that style, where I'm built like myself. So freaking weird.
Yep.
But to is their own, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go ahead and clear out Crafter's 5 Discord notifications. Oh. And just like that. Oh, there was a friend of Crafter's that tried to have him design apparently a mystery detective character when he had designed a character called Detective Starlight, and he forgot to clarify that that it was a business partner character that I was supposed to design. I didn't realize that's what he meant. Okay. Let me guess, your girlfriend's calling again?
Oh, no. Those are just notifications.
Oh, okay. Just want to be certain. All right. There's another plan ahead of us here, folks. Sometimes on these videos, we'll play a game of Cards Against Humanity, and maybe even more. Like, I sure as frick would like to play some Gartic Phone on this channel. Crafter knows deep down that I've seen so many videos of Gartic Phone, and it just blows my mind. It's just a shame that you have a limited amount of time on drawing things for it. But hey, it is what it is. But it is super hilarious, though. If only I could just change. There's a character you can have on here that almost looks like a lion, I think. But I could be wrong. Because apparently with Gartic Phone you can actually change apparently you can log in with Discord. Huh. That's cool. Yeah, but you can also make it an anonymous account, though, from what I've seen on Gartic Phone. And apparently you can be a dizzy, glasses-inducing pencil. You can even be different foods, which I'd probably pick the pizza. I guess for now, it could be a two-person game of either Gartic Phone or Cards Against Humanity. Which one do you want to do?
I'm sorry, what were the options again?
Cards Against Humanity or Gartic Phone.
Might have to say Cards Against Humanity.
All right, let me go ahead and start the game up. Oh, it just started the game. Crap. Let me go back. Oh, it's a play now thing. Okay, so I guess I got the wrong thing. Let me see here. I guess the other one was a better way to do it. Let's see. Well, crap. I thought I had it. I did not.
Oops.
Yeah, I guess we're doing Gartic Phone then. I'm gonna. Oh wait, the limit is 4. I guess we'll try to invite some of the others in the MGM Plaza. So let me go ahead and copy, and then I'll DM you the link at least. Let me see, where is your DMs at? There we go. Okay. There's the lobby, and then. Okay,
Do I use my phone or do I go on my computer? Or could I?
I don't think it matters really. I'm gonna. Go ahead and type in. I'm gonna apologize to my voice actor for invading his security office on the Plaza server.
Ooh. Should I do Foxy for this?
If you type in Glamrock Foxy, you should be fine.
Okay.
Is your avatar already a fox though?
Advertisement. Ugh.
Yeah, frick that.
They're wasting time too.
Yeah. So.
Ooh,
actually, better yet. I'll go ahead and I'll ping I'm gonna
hold
go
on.
ahead and give him a few
Am I the
people.
only?
Hold on. So far,
I might be the only person in this room.
and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's enough. Sorry for ping. As in regarding. Let me head the cast things again. Let me see here. Of course, we got to include Francesca on here, and then I guess Glamrock Leo and the original Bonnie, meaning FNAF 1 Bonnie.
You want to hear something I find a little bit of a ripoff?
Why?
Or, no, something that I find a little bit of a ripoff.
Okay.
Just to get the conversation going here while we wait for the others to come.
Okay.
So it's my last day of senior year, right?
Oh, man, that's awesome. What's wrong with it?
So this was back in May, obviously. So we gather on the rooftop, and then I overhear the guys talking about going to IHOP for a special breakfast.
Oh, man.
And then I show up there too. And then the boys are like, all right, you guys want to play telephone?
Oh.
But the ripoff was what the message was. The message ended with me, and it turned out to be, why is Jake here?
That's hurtful, man. Why would they ask that of your voice actor, Foxy?
Yeah. You know, since I have a disability, people like to mess with me sometimes, and
I'm in the same boat as you, Foxy. I feel that.
Yeah. So I guess they're maybe thinking like, I think we should mess with Jake one more time before our high school career ends.
Yeah, and they need to learn when. They should know when not to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. Like I said, I guess my guess is they were probably thinking, let's mess with Jake one last time before high school ends.
Now I have to write in the abbreviation for sorry for double ping. Now for Alexandra, who voices Francesca Fazbear, I have to apologize for a triple ping because I pinged her twice already in this message. And let me go ahead and write that in. And then, of course, for and of course Glamrock Bonnie's going to join us, voiced by none other than good Christian friend of mine, Jeffrey Jose.
Right.
Or a good friend of Crafters. I'll probably write in. All right. There's the message. There we go. And they got loaded down with pings. I had to let them know what names to use. All right. Now we wait. I will also share the screen. And I will set it up to this. Now, I wish I had some background music to put in this, but I don't. Because if I did, it'd all be copyrighted.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
Also, I am going to up the amount of players to 6 because I invited 2 others. Oh,
Wait, are you in the room that I'm in or no?
Wait, did you not join? Oh wait, I need to
I
hit.
clicked the link. Did it?
No, I messed up. I have the wrong link.
Oops.
Let me fix that. There we go. So leave that one, and I'll DM you the improved one. There we go. There it is. And I'll delete this one
Okay,
out of.
there we go.
Yeah. Now everything on that should be the same, right? Oh, what happened? Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Low load. Slow load. Lag alert. Lag alert. Now they're probably wondering, why did Glamrock Coffee invade Crafter Security Office? I only did it as a joke. Now, you've probably noticed that the Discord's still not finished. What was that? Oh, you joined... Dude, you're a frog with a top hat.
Yeah, I wanted to change that, but I guess I ran out of... Oh, wait, no, I didn't. I can still change my thing, but it just randomized. I have to get one that looks as close to a fox as possible.
Yeah, I'm not changing mine, though. Now, there is a score version of the normal.
It doesn't look like they have a fox one.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, I can decide how much time we can have for every drawing.
Apparently so.
I mean, look at this. I'm looking at the custom settings. Look at that.
I guess I can just do this burger.
And then, well, that's good enough. Why do you keep leaving?
Hold on.
Like, I haven't actually. No,
My bad. I
want
just
to
realized my thing doesn't have to be, my username doesn't have to be one word.
yeah, that's what I've been noticing. Let me see if anybody else has joined in on the stream. No? Why? I'm gonna. I didn't know you. Okay, brand 1. I'm gonna have to get rid of that one though, because of, you might have seen that one announcement Crafter made on his channel,
Right.
and it's a shame that I'm gonna have to remove that from his StreamYard until something, I guess, comes around of it, because
Yeah.
I don't know if anything's gonna happen of that, and it's sad that that happened. It shouldn't have.
Agreed.
Yeah, but it did.
There we go. That's what's up. Oh,
Nice. Just only if we could have just 2 players, but we can't. Just one thing that I noticed with this is that it will sometimes give you a prompt based on what you want it to be, like when you say it. And knowing us two, we'd probably reference Jeopardy if the category was TV shows, or even game shows in general, or just do TV shows in general. And if it gave us something else, I know exactly what we'd be changing it to, as long as we don't try to copy our own prompts. This is where we have to write a prompt and then someone else has to draw it. Now, if someone were to go like fully complicated and try to guess how to do the drawing, and they don't do it, wow. Oh, here's something funny. There was an episode of that where someone did a kind of a goof on a Rai99's channel, where they thought of Ghostbusters when the prompt that was written down was referencing Teen Titans, and basically drew the Ghostbusters logo.
that's funny.
It was like the first line of the Teen Titans song, not the newer one, but the oldest one. And the funniest part of that is that the person who thought it was Ghostbusters straight up drew the Ghostbusters logo, and the person who wrote the prompt was mad that they did not get it. And I was Me and Crafter were both dying of laughter for like 15 minutes straight. It was hilarious.
Oh
Like
man.
we couldn't resist, hands down. Can you? I'm gonna see if we can actually start with just the 2 players. Let's see.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
Yeah. It gives us the warning. But I guess we'll have to get people that are actually willing to join. So I guess I'll have to delete that now. Now that that has failed. Let's see. Anyone in Crafter's DMs, which I'm now going to have to quit sharing my screen before I continue on, before we actually start playing the game. You know what? Let me see if I can get a guest star on here. I'll play Gartic Phone. I'll also give him the invite link. And Crafter and I always have to remind those who like to keep their mics muted to not do it. Crafter's good friend Brandon Sierra being one of them. There we go. And now, someone else I need to talk to about this. I basically talked to Glamrock Jackie once where I felt like I bothered him. Where I was like, I did some previews of the now like archived version of the first episode of Crafter's Inspired series from from Jackie himself, and told him I did redo the editing. Crafter told him that. Told Bryce, who is the voice actor Glamrock Jackie, that he did redo the editing where Bianca and apparently Freyfun, which is, let me show you the 2. Let me show you. There may be a way to do it without showing what it had. Okay. Crap. Let me see here. Okay, there we go. I'll quickly show this real quick. To explain who they are. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So that one right there is Bianca. The one right next to me, or next to Crafter, where he's embarrassedly angered and triggered. She's dying of laughter. What the original plan was for the first scene, and then Freyfun over there, basically a glam-rocked version of Funtime Freddy. That's who that is. And what Crafter told Bryce was funny because when he said he redid that talking about that scary incident he had with, when he nicknamed his version of Nightmare Freddy Nightmare Mama Bear, he's like, "Don't you dare tell her I said that. I'm done seeing her pissed off with me."
Oh boy.
And I even heard him say that they were laughing harder at the end. But Crafter did tell him that he's editing. And he did tell him that he was editing the episode all at once, which he's still doing. He's just scripting and editing at the same time, which I could not believe he would do.
Me either.
Now, the funniest thing about it, though, is I actually saw it up front and center in his security office, and I passed out almost of laughter. He's like, "You promised you wouldn't laugh." I was like, "Come on, Crafter, you got to admit, that was funny, just seeing you script and edit the video at the same time." And in mind, he was like, "Dang nabbit, it's no wonder you admitted to your fiancée, Francesca Fazbear, that you're the world's dumbest lion." I saw that in his head. I was like, "Dude, the only one dumb here is you." And I wanted to say that about him, but I don't know if that would have been a good idea. he probably would have killed me or even decommissioned me if he had heard me say that. Yeah. Let's see. I gotta see if anybody else in Crafters DMs would be more than willing to join in. And I'm going to go ahead and tell Crafter's friend Brandon that we have been for, let's see, the time says we've been for an hour and 47 minutes. He's in shock that we are actually streaming. And let me see here. I would invite Crafter's Christian buddy that he knows very well in person, Zach Patton, but apparently I don't know if he'd join in. And of course, Mr. Wild Main Leone himself, he ignored the time that Crafter got his account hacked, which I am impressed with. Yeah. I am impressed that he ignored this because apparently he knew that I had gotten hacked, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's good indeed.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and send him the links. I'm going to go and say to Wild Main Leone, if you join both, put the name as Wild Main Leone, but don't use a profile picture. And let me see what Brandon said real quick. He's like, oh. Yeah, join, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta have two others to join in and play this game.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. So it may take a while.
If they don't join, then I might just call it a night.
No, do not. Besides, I'm gonna see if I can get Funtime Foxy up here too. See here, let me grab this. Where are you at, Johnny Gilbert of Team Jeopardy Royale? Good sir. Right there. Yeah, it's because of Crafter's hacked Discord account that Funtime Foxy's voice actor's original Discord account got destroyed in the hacking.
Oh no.
So he had to create a new one, and it's under the name Charlie Trios 71. I mean, that's kind of interesting. And then I gotta let. I was like, he asked, do I have to now? I was like, yes, I'd prefer it if you do. All right. Because I'm going to say because you're trying to back out. You're trying to back out. We can't have that. Oh, I think Brandon's giving MGM a little bit of a hard time. And I finally realized that, but I know for a fact that He's gonna join. I swear it.
Yep.
I know where the joke is going. Knew it. Come on. Come on. I'm like, come on in and join. Party's waiting. The party's waiting on you. Party's waiting on you. Oh man, this is gonna get interesting quick. What? Okay. And then, of course, and then grab the Gartic phone link. He said, "Screw it, fine, I'll join." But put the parenthesis. Put what I wrote in parentheses in your username, please. And then I'm talking to FNAF 1 Bonnie. Okay. Let's see here. Slowly waiting on him to join, meaning Brandon. And we'll... Alright, let's see here. Has Brandon joined yet?
Let's see.
Nope,
I'm
not
still
yet.
in that game room, but nobody has joined.
Yeah. Oh. Crap. I've lost connection to the server. And it cannot be restored, so I gotta redo it. Let me redo it. The link will have to be now changed. Changing to 4. Invite. Link copied. New link for game. Oops, I accidentally hit the Control B for bold. Connection timed out. Out for the game. Use that one. Alright. Oh, and I need to send it to you as well. Let's not forget about that. And boom. I'm surprised that even happened.
I got it.
Alright. Okay. So we're both... Well, even if it's 2 players, we can do it. So if we have to do it that way, we can. But it just doesn't feel right, though, because it wants us to use more. Now, can I actually choose how long we have? Well, even though I want to go slow with the time on it. The dynamic option only triggers the clock only when the majority press is done. I did not know that was possible. Okay. Slow with the speed. And of course, all players will have to contribute to the album. I think Brandon was really adamant about not joining. I'm half tempted to DM him and ask him what the heck happened. So I guess we'll just go ahead and start, I guess. Even though it really doesn't feel right. Oh wait, I almost got share screen. Okay, entire screen, share audio. Oh, come on. The heck? Wait, why is it blocking the screen? Oh, wait, I forgot why I didn't click it yet. Duh. Alright, yes.
Oh, we're starting.
Yeah. Now we type in a prompt.
Sentence.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Let me think here.
So just any kind of sentence I want as long as it's appropriate.
And for TV show, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Let me see what I can do for this.
Oh. Oh, shoot.
Oh, I know exactly what to do for this.
I know what to do.
And I'm so glad the drawing speed is so slow right now. Not quite done.
I'm not quite done either.
And yet
Trying
time.
to make this as good as I can.
Yeah. Then I'm going to quickly. And then.
Shoot. Yeah, I'm not going to finish.
Done.
Uh-oh.
Yep, that's the phone telling you that it's almost over.
I know what to do.
Now, because it's just the two of us.
I'm not going to get the whole thing done, but... All right.
That's fine. All right. I'll go manual for the showing. So, for mine, I basically was like, stick it in neutral, Megatron. You're not going anywhere. Okay. Not
I tried
bad.
to make I wanted to make the blue stick figure say, stick it in neutral.
And you didn't have enough time to write that in.
Yeah, so I just did 2 exclamation points saying...
Fair enough. Okay. And then you wrote that your voice actor is the king. You won't believe what I drew.
Which he actually is.
You know what? Here's what I drew for that. Referencing Johnny Test, I went with the King's Madness from the chess episode.
I just downloaded that. That's actually sick.
Yeah. I would download it, but my drawing skills are that of a 3rd grader without a crafter's tablet, which is not plugged in at the moment. But usually when I have control of that, I'm an artiste. Let's go and do another one. Now this time we don't have to use TV. We can try to troll each other with something.
Troll each
Say
other?
some- Meaning, as in, you say something that's true, but it could anger you.
I don't
It
really
could even
want
be
to.
about a character.
I don't know if I want to do that to a friend.
Well, I'd be okay with it. We're gonna do it. Like, it could be like something that could be like a crazy thing, but as long as it's not appropriate.
I mean, I can't come up
Done.
with anything. I mean, I don't know if I really don't want to say anything that would hurt you.
You could have went with, well, okay.
Yeah.
Let me see what I can do here. Let's see. Gotta do. Then I guess yellow, green. Wait, do that. Then blue. Red. Yellow. Green. Now, one thing I would have told you though, Foxy, is you could have said anything about me being dumb, even if it was in front of Francesca or anything. That'd been funny.
Yo,
That'd been
hey,
that'd
just so
been
you know,
awesome.
I'm getting a call.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on mute. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'll use private chat.
Okay. Welcome in, Brandon, but keep your mic muted. Foxy's on a phone call right now. All right, Brandon, you go ahead and unmute. All right. Now, Brandon, we need you to go ahead and unmute so we can go ahead and get this game rolling, because you'll probably want to hear in on what theme we're going to do this game, where we write in a random phrase, and it can be of anything regarding either TV or anything that we want to use, and then the others have to draw it. So for this one, just type in anything. That's what we can do. Just want to go with you write phrase / prompt, and then draw what you have been given. Nope. Okay, that's easy. All right, so far we're pretty much all right. Let's show what everyone had. So I just had to go with Pac-Man swinging around like a monkey. Brandon. Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, I don't know, Foxy, but it was a great attempt. All right. Nauseous panda screaming. I think my drawing was pretty good. I don't know what you all think. Anyway. Right on target, Brandon. Right on target. All right. And I basically nailed it. We're all doing pretty good here. I thought somebody's DM'd me. Okay. All right, we'll do another game. This time, Brandon, type in the private chat on the stream here what the theme should be before we begin this next round. Like, type in a random theme you want to use. It doesn't have to be in the DMs. It can be in the private chat here on StreamYard. If there's like a specific style of prompts we want to write about, we can do that. Now let me go and clear out some more notifications real quick. Then close out of that. Of course. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's see. Sure, go for it. And I guess I'll read it out loud afterwards. Go ahead, the DMs. Crafters and Brandon's real quick. All right, I like it. We'll do some Splatoon stuff. Here we go. There we go. My prompt is complete. And Foxy, if you had heard at any point, we are doing Splatoon theme from what Brandon had requested. All right. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. One thing I can think of to do is no. Kelly's pink. Change that back. Dark blue. Green. Yellow. I am gonna get derailed in chat for this. Because I am not good at drawing Splatoon characters, even though Crafter has drawn some. But they really weren't. The shape wasn't really right, though. I will admit to that. I will have him admit to that one of these days on his channel. I will have him admit to it. He drew his persona. It didn't quite look right. But I honestly have a good feeling that he would have done way better if he had actually took the time to do a little better with the shape. Anyway, I would add some more music and stuff. I'm avoiding copyright like a professional. I'll type this in as something I can think of to say as for that. All right. Oh dang. Oh dang. All right. Let's see what everybody did. I had an inkling spraying paint on a subway train. Foxy. It's actually not bad. Yeah, that's definitely a good one. All right. That was not on theme, Foxy. Uh, I thought it was basically you turning me into a squid. All right. Brandon, bear with me as I did crap with this drawing. I did not do that right at all. That went downhill fast. Sorry about that, Brandon. All right. Jake, not Jake, but Foxy, if you want to type in the private chat on the stream here, you can type in what the next theme should be when we start the next game. This will probably be like the last one we do, though. And then we'll call it a night. So what is the last theme gonna be? No, wait a minute. I'll give the last theme. This time everybody theme it around. Oh wait. Yeah, fair enough. But okay. So the last theme we're gonna do here, the last round, we're gonna do a theme called we're actually gonna do something called reference the film. You pick one of your favorite movies and you get your favorite reference from it, and then the others will draw it. So good luck, everybody. Let's think of a favorite movie we have, and we will write a prompt of it. What should I go for? Um, there we go. There's mine. Huh? Alright. Let me see if I can do that. I'll try, but I'm not gonna be very good. Then go. That was really hard to draw. I didn't even know you could change the brush size. Oh my gosh. Um. All right, let's see. So I went with, it's over, Anakin! I have the high ground! Oh. Dang. Alright. Failed attempt at Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. Anyway. This is the one that Foxy got. Josh Allen throwing a touchdown. I basically did what I could. Yep, staying on topic. I'm gonna actually save this one because that was a pretty daggone good drawing. And yes, okay. Next. Oh. Okay, my answer was way off. Okay. I think that was pretty good, everybody. We did really well. And like Crafter was right about this. The discussions of planning ahead went from being the discussions of future projects featuring us and went into straight up chaos. But still, we had a lot of fun doing it. And special thanks to our guest star, Brandon Sierra, for joining in. We'll definitely make sure to include him in a plethora more of these kinds of things and even some future MGM videos and stuff like that. Just knowing him, he's very and he's a great scriptwriter. He's good at voice acting for the videos involved with it, so it makes it more interesting when he does it. And of course, go ahead and subscribe to Crafter's channel. It'll help him out. Definitely help MGM get more famous on our side anyway, as you can tell by the title of the stream. So that way we can have plethoras of more chances to come out with more things. Maybe even get some of our scenes included in VR chat or even Gmod. Who knows where we'll put them. And with that out of the way, we'll see y'all next time in either in another stream or in another video. See you all next time. Future Hollywood fame. And of course, remember, keep doing what you do because soon enough you'll one day make it to Hollywood.